Don't blame me, I don't blame you. Stay in touch, keep it up, sing it out loud. Been afraid of the dark lights inside that the people's society sends out. Here's a word for the one who never speaks the truth. Listen now, everyone is here for you. Don't be afraid to let me in. Let me open up your heart. Blow. I can see you from the outside, tell me from the inside, and I'll never let these go. Here's a word for the one who never speaks the truth. Listen now, everyone is here for you. Don't be afraid to let me in. Let me open up.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Grind Fantasy official live stream for today. I'm brought to you here with Dustin. Dustin's mic is muted. He was trying to clap. I'm
clapping. It's not muted.
It didn't pick it up. Get a better mic. Oh, wow. It's too loud, I think. It's kind of fancy. I don't know what's going on.
We're here, though. We're here.
Listen, TJ is in a depression. I think that's the reason why he's actually not here today. Dustin, thank you for showing up. Any thoughts? I want to kind of hear what's going on through your head here. Guys, for anybody who's brand new to the channel, Dustin is a Celtics fan alongside with TJ. So just vent. Just let us all hear.
For me, I've had to watch each game with Heat fans as I live in Florida. All of my friends are basically Heat fans, so I've been going through it. But last night when we were down 30, I was just sitting there, and everybody's like, "Why are you not that mad?" I'm like, There's nothing we could do. Well, you guys just make shots and we miss shots. That's basically it. And our coach sucks. He's not even a coach.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Vincent, that guy has earned my respect. This dude has been hitting shots. Caleb Martin has been hitting shots. The difference between you guys and the Heat right now is that the role players are just stepping up from the Heat. Period. That's all it is. That's why they are ahead 3-0 and why it looks so bad. That's my personal opinion. You need role players to step it up. That's what you need to do.
And history is not on our side by any means. Although ESPN still is only giving the Heat a 45% chance to win the series, history says that we don't win this series. So that kind of hurts. But
I don't know who does the analytics over there, but they are drunk and they don't look at sportsbooks lines apparently, because that's obviously what we do here at DGF. Speaking of sportsbooks lines, guys, if you haven't signed up for DGF, I didn't even tell Dustin this before we started. Enter code STREAM. You get 25% off an annual subscription if you guys enter code STREAM. Only the people in here, 90 of you viewing this live stream, get that offer. Do not put this on social media. I'm talking to you, Dustin. Don't put this on social media. Stream. Get you 25% off any annual subscription. We never discount annual subscriptions, but I get it. We're going into an off season here, so guess what? We're going to offer the best types of offers here so that you guys can take a look at all these promos. We usually do these live streams focusing on promos. The promos today. Nothing really, but there are some very, very good lines here on Prizepicks, and I put out a poll earlier. Dustin, I'm sure you saw it. Where do you guys want to go with the value? Would you like to start out with Prizepicks, Dustin?
Yeah, we certainly can. But just to piggyback off that, once again, he did not tell me that before the stream, but 25% off annual subscription is crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about value, right? You're getting it right there.
That's a plus
EV promo right there. There is a Monday promo, and it's DGF. So we're ahead of the DFS apps today because nobody wants to have a Monday promo.
I put out a tweet. I said the DFS apps need to step it up. Well, I guess we'll have to step it up first. So let's go ahead and just switch over to Prizepicks right here. I want to get into the value. By the way, these streams are all about value. If you guys are connected to one specific app, then you're not going to get. Listen, there's so many more opportunities if you guys just line shop throughout the apps. Right now, we have Fliff, Underdog, Parlay Play, Jock Market, No House Advantage, Hot Streak, Thrive Fantasy. All use code DGF for 100% match up to $100. That is how you make money in the market. I want to talk about some of these top plays, Dustin. Corey Seager is going to scare the living crap out of everybody if we decide to recommend the under here, because Corey Seager, naturally, a good baseball player, also hit the past 4 out of 5. In the last 2 performances, this guy has went ballistic. But let me tell you something. Those last 3 games, Dustin, can you? I don't know if you have his box score pulled up. Can you tell me who he's playing?
Colorado.
So I'm assuming that's at Coors, right? I don't know.
Probably so. I would have to guess.
That and historically, Colorado not that good from a pitching perspective here. Guys, newsflash, they're playing Pittsburgh today. I don't care who he's going up against. All I know is that DraftKings, per their even lines across the board, are recommending the under on his fantasy score. Why is that? Because if we take a look at the raw fantasy score, switching over to the raw fantasy score tab, looks like Prizepicks is going to be recommending him at a 7.2 point projection compared to his 9 on Prizepicks. We're going to be hitting the under here. All this is automatically calculated. Right now, we're recommending the under on this fantasy score. If you guys disagree, that's fine. Hit it over. Well, you can't hit it over on the sportsbooks because there's no fantasy score market. Just fade this play, guys. But don't be soft. We're hitting the under here on Corey Seager because DraftKings recommends that he's not going to do as well as he's been doing. 28, 26, 11. He's been on the hot streak, but that's all been against a different team. Keep that in mind. Dustin, are you taking the under here?
Yep. I'm logging in as my first play.
Yep. And like I said, it's pretty good juice on the under here. If we switch over, because again, we like to give you guys 2 point of views here. Minus 133 is a fair odds percentage. You guys I get this question a lot. Minus 167, minus 167 juice underneath of that. Why is this at the top? Because this is the fair odds percentage. If you get a minus 133 fair odds percentage, that correlates to like a minus 160-ish. Like that is huge. Minus 170 it looks like, because it's going to be higher than the minus 167 play here. So taking the under here, I'm starting my slip. By the way, I'm going to enter a slip here with you guys. Let's go ahead and lock that one in second. Where are we going next?
Coming up next, I mean, Matt has been preaching this over and over again with these CSGO plays. There's perfect middling opportunities all over the board here. The first play right there underneath Corey Seager, hexed under 37 kills. So comparing to underdog, he's set to 34 over on underdog. So you could take the over on underdog, take the under over here on Prizepicks. He hits 35, 36. You're still looking at a winner on both sites, guys.
Yeah, and how often does it happen? It happens about 14% of the time when it lands in the middle between a 2-kill discrepancy and a 7-kill discrepancy between underdog and Prizepicks. We had a Discord user who did that over 146 game sample size. So, guys, the odds are in your favor. Like, we're not saying here Hexed is going to hit the under. That's not what we're saying. We're saying comparing to another sharp website, his projection should really be somewhere in the middle. Should really be around 35.5, right? Because there's a 3-point discrepancy. So when you get one sharp website who puts out CSGO projections, and you get another sharp site that puts really good CSGO projections out, where do you think that projection, where do you think the most accurate projection is? It's somewhere in the middle, which is why we take the middle. This is a middling opportunity. So for instance, we take the car dealership, right? Example, I always go back to this. One car dealership is pricing their Honda Civic at a $26,000 price point. Car dealership B is pricing theirs at a $23,000 price. Where do you think that the most accurate projection is going to be? It's going to be somewhere in the middle. The price point is actually in the middle. So car dealership A, you can agree, is probably a little bit more aggressive, and car dealership B is a little bit more soft. So that's why we assume the market, given only 2 projection points, and these guys honestly are some of the only sites that put out CSGO projections, that is why we take the middle. Just use 2 different price points here. Take the under on Prizepicks, take the over on underdog. Different kind of sweat here. If he lands in the middle, you win both sites. Not only that, I think if there's 5 different price points he can hit, 37, 36, 35, 34. Like, guys, he can hit all of those projections, and you still win on both sides. That's a huge window of opportunity. Where are we going next?
It's not even that we're saying like Prizepicks is sharper than underdog, based off these lines. It's just simply that the middle point of these 2 projections is more than likely the correct projection.
Right. And we actually, again, that Discord user went through all this and went over how many times you won on underdog compared to Prizepicks. And based on the sample, you won more on underdog by like 2%. So really, within a 2-point margin of error, these 2 sites are fairly accurate. Like, no, not one site is definitely more accurate than the other per a 2-point margin of error and a 146 player prop sample size. So the next one here is going to be Freshy. They're playing the Party Astronauts. They're playing the Party Astronauts. I mean, there's some fundamental analysis I'd like to hear on the Party Astronauts if you have any. Have you watched a Party Astronauts at all?
I have not, but I would only expect their teams going to the moon. All right, that's what you guys get out of me. TJ would kill me.
I wasn't expecting that. That was out of left field right there.
TJ would kill me.
They're not playing each other, Hexed and Freshy. So let's go ahead and throw them in here. No correlation whatsoever. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Wow. Somebody clipped that one. We're gonna go ahead and put that on Twitter as well. I want to stay within CSGO. I want to skip over these soccer plays just because I like CSGO. So let's go to another one here. Is that, how do you pronounce that name? Take a stab. That next one. That just looks like a bunch of random.
Birdsforn? I have no clue. Well, he's got a number in his name, so he's definitely soaring under is my fundamental analysis.
Yeah, now are they playing anybody? No, they're not playing each other in this slip. Nobody's playing each other in the slip, so no correlation there. That's fine. And then we got the Fluffy Aimers again. This one's an over. DEA. I think last time we took his under and everybody killed us. He ended up hitting like 50 points or 50 kills. Now we're taking the over on 40. So
Bingo. And we're getting a 2.5 kill discrepancy. I think that was. Did I see that right? Yep.
Yep.
Two underdog. So right then and there, we have our first slip. Corey Seager under 9 fantasy score. Hexed under 37 kills. Freshie under 38.5 kills. Bezier Foreign or whatever under 39 kills. And we have Dia over 40 kills. So
over 40 kills. So 4 lesses, 1 more. I'm going to go ahead and lock this in. And none of those lines have moved. So guys, good job on securing this value if you're able to do that within the live stream. Why is this mathematically advantageous to take a slip like this? Because in a 5-man flex, given the payout structure, the fair odds percentage to break even on each leg is going to be around 54.34%. I do this like all the time. I get the 2 sites. I get all these sites mixed up. And I'm pretty sure that Prizepicks, and it looks like it because anything above about 54.34% is going to be that yellowish green color. So good to take these. Again, you're getting a very good advantage here starting from the top with Hex, Freshie, the name we can't pronounce. Very good slip here. And then also Corey Seager is the best one. Guys, don't be soft. Take the under on Corey Seager. He's not going to hit 28 again. Don't clip that. He's going to hit under 9 fantasy score today because he's playing a different team. DraftKings is projecting him to hit under that. That is why we are doing that.
Let us know in the comments if you guys are tailing the slip. Let us see who's got it in because, like he said, the lines have not moved. I wouldn't imagine they moved in the last 30 seconds, but let us know if you guys got it in.
I wanna start with this. If you refresh the optimizer, you guys should see a new play that popped up. This one's soccer. Now, the soccer scares a lot of people, and I'll tell you why. Because we only have one price point to compare. But don't let that scare you, because Barstool, yes, I know, they're not the sharpest book, but when there's a discrepancy of minus 186 on Barstool, and Prizepicks still has their line set to 2.5, it's a direct comparison, as you guys can see here, somebody is off. Somebody is off. And again, we're using the same mindset. Dustin talked about this. We're using the mindset that one of these 2 apps could be completely off, but don't just sit there and assume that one's sharper than the other. Because guess what? Barstool makes money. Same thing with Prizepicks. They both make money off their bettors. So theoretically speaking, not one is sharper than the other. It's that simple. Yes, you can talk about details. Barstool, plays haven't hit in the past in the last 5 times. No, guys, in the long term, Barstool's going to make money off their sports bettors by setting very accurate lines. That's how it works. Minus 186 is an incredibly juiced line for a sports book. This is going to get bumped. Andrea,
certainly. Or removed.
Belodi, whatever his stupid name is. Okay, listen, he's hitting the over because it's so juiced on Barstool. You're getting that minus 119 implied odds here on Prizepicks. That's how it works. You're just comparing value. Go back to the car dealership example that I talked about earlier. This right now is an extremely aggressive price that they're offering on Barstool and a very discounted price that they're offering on Prizepicks for 2 different cars. Okay, we're combining examples now. So that's why we're taking the value on Prizepicks. Are you locking it in, Dustin?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a really, really good play. Oh, it just moved at minus 205. We've got to get this in quick.
Just moved again. So minus 205. So that means people are hitting the over on the wrong book is what they're doing. I don't know why they're hitting the over on Barstool when you can get the clear over here on Prizepicks at minus 119 odds. Minus 205. Yeah, it's even better.
And it's given us more data and more backing that this is the right play over here on Prizepicks.
100%. Minus 205 line is insane. I don't care what you have to say about Barstool not being accurate. That's fine. Keep in mind that they're still making money. They're still a profitable company. They're making money off their bettors. So therefore, you have to trust the price tags enough. Okay, minus 205, very, very juice line. And they have this isn't an alternate line, right? Like a lot of people like to say this is an alternative line. It's not. It's not. When you look at this guy, he has an underline of like it's probably something crazy, plus 135. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna take a play here on Barstool, take the under at plus 135. That's an arbitrage opportunity, right? Hit the over at 2.5 on Prizepicks. If you have access to Barstool, hit the under at plus 135. You aren't losing mathematically. It's freaking crazy. So somebody is completely off here on the books. It's either Barstool or Prizepicks.
I want to go ahead and get this in. Where do you want to move?
Sorry.
with this?
Go ahead and dictate. Where are we going next? Next 4 plays, go.
Well, it's really up to you. Do you want to stick with soccer?
Let's go soccer.
I'm not sure. Or we have plenty of other CSGO plays.
Let's do both.
There's a couple MLB, NHL plays that are a little bit lower, but it's up to you. You make the.
Did it just get removed?
No, I don't think so. It's still on my Prizepicks slip that I'm starting.
I just refreshed mine. I think it's gone.
No. It might be.
I think it's gone. Anyway, that's what I get for talking so much. So this is why I don't. Yep, it's removed. It's removed.
But listen, that's fine. If you guys are in here and you guys were able to go ahead and get a slip off with that, great. But it just goes to show you guys how quick these lines move, and exactly what Matt was saying. Why did this play get removed? Because it was way too good a value to be offered. Prizepicks should have never had that line up with it at -1. What did it start out as? I mean, it's -205 now.
Yeah.
-185. They should have never had that line up in the first place, which is why they removed it.
It was an arbitrage opportunity, right? Like that is why they removed it, because the juice did not make enough sense being at on Prizepicks at -119 opposed to on Barstool where you can get the under at +135. Like you hit one you hit one side, you get -119 on the other side on Prizepicks. Mathematically speaking, like that is an arbitrage opportunity, which is why it was removed. And enough people hit it on Prizepicks. I'm assuming a lot of you are from the stream.
And I do want to say that if you guys are only checking out these plays from the optimizer during the stream, you guys don't even see half the plays that we get.
Half, probably like 90%, honestly.
Yeah, like you see maybe 10% because we're live for an hour, right? If we have 12 hours of sports betting that we can enter in plays and get them in before games, whatever, you guys are seeing maybe 10% or even less than that. But like in general, it's if you guys get the optimizers and you're refreshing constantly because they update in real time, guys, you will see plays like this pop up all the time across all these different apps. And that's how you guys secure the best value possible. So if you guys do want to try them out, once again, like Matt said, only for the stream, 25% off for
Code
annual
stream.
membership. Code STREAM for 25% off annual memberships. You're not going to get a better deal than that. And lucky to you guys that are watching the stream to go ahead and get that in.
Arraez. That's how you pronounce his name, right? Baseball boy?
Arise.
Arise?
Arise. Luis Arise.
Really? Arise?
Yes.
I could have sworn I heard that name. Listen,
yes.
He's a good baseball player too. I can't believe I butchered
Did
that.
you call me baseball boy?
Yeah, baseball boy, because you know more about baseball than the average human being. So therefore, you are a baseball boy.
All right,
Arise. That sounds. I'd like it to be the other name that I was talking about. So listen, we have two CS:GO plays. I started my slip with, Rico, Reiko. Did that just get removed? Oh, because I'm searching for soccer plays. Okay. Rico.
I've already tossed a slip in with him.
Over 39.5. We have Sacrifice. That's a cool name. Hopefully he doesn't sacrifice in the games that he's playing because we're hitting the over here. Arise. We're hitting the under fantasy score, under 8. I like fantasy scores because it shows the huge discrepancies. And we are hitting Tanner Hawk, right? That's how you pronounce his name?
Yep. That is actually
What were you about to say to me?
Well, I was going to... let's go ahead and enter the slip, and then I want to mention something about Luis Arise. Okay. But I want to go ahead and get the slip in before anything bumps or moves.
And then Bwills. Under. CSGO. Kills. Good. Got it.
Go ahead and read it out.
We have, the stream sees it. Rico, over 39.5 kills. Sacrifice, over kills, 28.5. Arise, under 8 hitter fantasy score. Tanner Hawk, under 5 pitcher strikeouts. And then Bwills, under 39.5 kills. You got it?
Yep. I've already taken Rico, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss in one of these soccer plays, actually. I think I'm going to go ahead and toss in... I can't even pronounce that name. Wijnaldum. Over 1.5 shots.
Oh, that's a soccer. Yeah, I don't even...
Yeah, minus 160, minus 162. I really love that play. So
that legitimately just looks like they just pointed at random numbers in the alphabet, random letters in the alphabet, and just went with it. Just boom. That's his last name.
And I don't even
That
think
doesn't
he's on
make
there
any
anymore.
sense.
Uh,
I got nothing else unless we want to go with soccer plays, and I just know because everybody hates the soccer community, just despises us at this point. Like I'm afraid to just post soccer plays for you guys. That being said, you can take them.
Okay, let me then at least mention this. So Luis Ariz is playing. Guess who? If you didn't see, Colorado. And some people are gonna be like, "Well, why are we taking the,
Well, is it
the
at
lower on the
Colorado is
fantasy
the main
score?"
thing.
Well, either way, I mean, if you think about it, DraftKings knows that he's playing at Colorado, right?
Yes.
It's still something that they're baking into these lines. So, and they're projecting his fantasy score. I think I had, when we looked earlier, it was 1.2 off of his fantasy score from Prizepicks is what DraftKings was projecting. They know where they're playing. They know the weather. They know everything that goes into these lines that they're setting. So by us comparing those near even lines or 50-50 lines on DraftKings, comparing them over there to the hitter fantasy score stats for Prizepicks, this is a discrepancy that we should be playing.
Yeah. So guess what?
What?
My screen's been frozen. I just checked the chat for the very first time. So my entire face has been frozen for about, at least I can see 10 minutes or so.
No.
So yeah, so they're just gonna hear my voice until I can
Oh no.
Sorry.
I didn't even realize that either. I've even looked over there.
I will make you bigger. That's what she said. And we'll just run with it.
Nice. Let's go.
All right, guys. Sorry. Well, not sorry. You guys don't have to look at my dumb face anymore. So let's go ahead and let's continue on. So, Dustin.
Yep.
Do we want to keep entering slips on Prizepicks? I think that the value that we just entered in those two slips are pretty much done and dusted.
Yeah, I'm down to move on. I'm trying to click over. I really should probably pop over to Parlay Play. I know. If anybody got the slip in that I put out earlier, that's most of the value there. There is a really good play actually, -145 on DraftKings for Andy Ibanez, the Detroit Tigers to go under 0.5 player batting strikeouts. That's a really solid play, 55.41% at the top there.
That is a very good play.
So if some people haven't entered that in, maybe if you just want to leave it up on the screen for a second, if you have Parlay Play, or if you don't, code DGF will get you a 100% deposit match up to $100 on Parlay Play. They always have value, guys. The optimizer typically looks like this, if not more, almost every single day. And that is moving into where we have one NHL game tonight and one NBA game. So
that's wild.
Just think about what this is going to be like when we're in the pinnacle of NFL, NBA, NHL again. It's like, I cannot wait for that.
It's going to be insane. And especially really. With a couple new tools that we have down the pipeline. I'm not gonna tease them here on stream, but I will tell you right now that we will be giving you guys the best value possible per these DFS apps. It's going to be insane. Also, Dustin, I can't play Parlay Play in my state, so therefore I do not. That being said, can you give us the 5 and 6 man insured payouts? Because those are the two best slip types, just so that the stream is aware of how good the payouts are in Parlay Play.
Oh yeah, so you want 5 man? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, both of them if you can. Right. 5 and 6.
Oh, yeah. So for 5 man insured, 5 of 5 is 12x payout. 4 of 5 is 2.5x payout. And then if we went ahead and added one more, let's say you're going for a 40x payout. I guess that would be not. That would be.
Not sure. I was about to say, hold on.
Yeah. Sorry. 25x, 6 of 6, still 2.5x for 5 of 6, and 0.5x for 4 of 6.
Still crazy good.
Once again, you're still getting a better payout than you are on Prizepicks. If you're still just limiting yourself to Prizepicks, you're doing it wrong. You should be playing these other apps. If you want to hop over, I guess if they wanted to enter in the slip, looking at your screen, they could have. But I know No House Advantage, you can play, and there is some good value over there right now.
Really? Let's switch over because I love No House Advantage.
Darn it! One of the play just bearded, but still decent. I know even prop there for Jokic.
Yeah, What I like to do is when and this goes for everybody, when I start out a slip, I like to make sure I start out with a very high percentage here. So for instance, if I'm looking at no house advantage, yeah, sure, there's a mathematical edge, but it's by decimal points. And I don't know if you do that, Dustin. Like, I will only start out my slips if I get like a 1 to 2 point, or 2 percentage point discrepancy. And then that's when I will start targeting these. Right now, like Brady Singer, sure, 0.5 off, but like plus money here on the under for strikeouts. You're not really getting too much value on the house advantage, at least right now. But that's just my personal opinion. And when we do No House Advantage promos, by the way, if you haven't signed up for No House Advantage, freaking crazy. We didn't hit any 15 times the last stream, but before that, we hit 3 slips during our live stream for 5. When you go 5 to 5, you get 30x payout. We hit 3 of those slips. Freaking insane. Like, mathematically speaking, like percentage-wise, that is so unlikely, but we did it for you guys. There's such an advantage because you're going down to 50.82% or higher for fair odds percentage on those promos. So like all of those slip types are fantastic, but right now, given their standard payout structure, not the best value.
No, but I mean, even if you're playing this app, those 2 days on just the promos, there is so much value and money to be made on that app.
And as you were talking, there's a Jimmy Butler prop that just popped up. Let's hit it. Sorry, Dustin, he might end your Boston Celtics playoff hopes here. Next game, we're going to be taking the over of his points plus rebounds. It's a 1 point discrepancy. I will show you guys here in a second. 30. Oh, wait, did it get bumped already? Hold on, did it get bumped down? Did it get bumped up? One second.
It's there. It's there.
Oh, on mine, it was showing 35. So, you guys are bumping that down? Weird. Okay. Jimmy Butler, over points plus rebounds. Brady Singer, like we were just talking about. We'll go ahead and take that. And again...
wait, we can't do that.
Why?
So they don't let you... Date. I thought that was only during the promo. I thought that was only during the promo. Oh, I hate that.
We'll take this guy. I hear he's good, right? The soccer guy?
Who's this guy? Oh, wow. Mattia Destro? Is that your talking?
Oh, say a different date. Yeah, okay. We can't even build a slip. So, do you know what? That sucks.
That does stink. But, hopefully that value is still there.
I'll keep refreshing. We'll come back to No House Advantage. I do love No House Advantage because of their promos. Like, literally the best promo in the entire industry. So
you guys will see us hammering. If you're back here on Wednesday, you will see us hammering out slips left and right to take advantage and hopefully hit a couple more 30Xs. Because even though we missed on our 15X stream on Friday, if you tailed and you won 30X, or I hit 2, I think you hit 2, Matt. Like, if you tailed, I mean, you were still up more than likely, depending on how many slips you put in. But you
could miss the next 60 slips and still be up. Like, that's how, and people just don't understand. They just don't get it. When we didn't hit a 4 time slip or a 4 out of 4 slip the last live stream, I got hate in my comment section. I was just like, dude, what do I have to do to prove to you guys that this process works? I don't get it. I don't get it. For hitting 4 out of 4 is not easy. 5 out of 5 is harder. And I did it twice. I don't.
Right.
Another thing I want to talk about here is the Fliff value. I want to go on the rant here real quick because last night I live tweeted. I don't know if you saw, Dustin. You probably were also in a depression, but
yeah, I did see it, and I was happy for you, but sad for me.
We cashed out on 3 of the 7 plays I tweeted out, and almost hit 4 or 7. If I forget who hit who, I think it was Peyton Pritchard nailed like a 3, and then also Anyway. We hit live spreads, like, I think it was the Heat to win by 23, 26, and 19. And they were all, the one at 21.5 at the time I got it was plus 650. The one I got at minus 19 was plus 185, and then the other one was like plus 2 something. Regardless, I still got hate because people don't understand how this works. I made money because the plus money hit during the live betting. Like, when you look for live betting discrepancies, you're comparing to other live bets. So like FanDuel, Posters, Barstool, Caesars. You're comparing during the live stream or during the game. But the plus EV percentages don't look like this, what you see on your screen, like 2%, 1%. They look like 5+% every time. Like, that's how much of an edge there is. And if you're not taking the value at that specific time when you can, you're not doing it right. You can contradict some of your plays. I had a -1.5 Boston Celtic bet at halftime for them to essentially win, right, by 1.5. It was like plus 450 or plus 425. That contradicted the later plays that I took. You guys don't understand how it works if you guys are still going at me on Twitter by me just putting contradicting plays, because I'm taking the value at that specific time during the game when it's available to me. I don't care if it contradicts my other plays, because mathematically speaking, you're going to make money if some of them hit, which it did last night. 3 of the 7 hit, and I made money. I think it was up like $200 by the end of the night, and I had put down like 500. It's so simple when you're actually looking at the value and you understand the mathematical advantage when you are placing those bets. Anyway, ran over.
No, I mean, I love it because I do think people struggle, and obviously you see that whenever you're getting that hate in your comment section about how, Matt just tweeted, take the Celtics -1.5. Oh, wait, Matt just tweeted again 10 minutes later, take the Heat -12.5. Or, it's like they just don't get it sometimes mathematically how that works. And so I'm glad you went on that rant.
I hope that you guys watching this stream understand. So, for instance, right now, and I bring this up because I'm taking this bet as we speak, on Fliff, +245 for the Denver Nuggets to win by 3.5 points over the Lakers. This is the first half point spread, right? This is tonight, right? They're playing tonight, or did they take a break? Okay, good. Yeah, that's how out of touch I am with sports when your baby's up 24/7 during the night. On FanDuel offering for +186, and on BetMGM offering for +230. You can get this value at +245 on Fliff, a 2.15 plus EV percentage. Still, definitely plus EV, but you will see more opportunities throughout the game. You will see me tonight when I live tweet that I probably will have some Lakers plays in there, just because that's usually what happens. It will probably contradict this play, but I'm still taking it because I'm grabbing the value at the time that it's presented to me. Right? We're not trying to predict what's happening to the game, what's going to happen. I don't really care about predicting what's going to happen in this game. If I'm a sports fanatic bettor and not trusting the lines, I'm probably going to bet that the Lakers win tonight, because guess what? The NBA needs to make money. The NBA needs to continue on with their series because the Lakers are the Lakers, because it's LeBron. Obviously, they should win this game. But I don't care about any of that, because the players still have to go out and they still have to play the game. So therefore, you observe the market. You don't care about your own sports knowledge. That's how it works. Dustin is going to take an over on Jimmy Butler, despite him wanting the Boston Celtics to win. Because guess what? The Boston Celtics should probably win next game. I think they're still favored. I don't know if you looked at the spreads yet.
Yeah,
they're still
favored. They're favored.
Yeah, but guess what? We're taking over Jimmy Butler's because guess what? There's a line discrepancy on parlay play. It's that easy.
Man, so, you know what's awesome about that? Celtics could win, and Jimmy Butler could still hit the over. So
unlikely, but yes, it could happen.
Could happen. And if you're me and you're a Celtics fan and you're taking that Jimmy Butler over, that's what you're rooting on.
That's a good sweat, I guess. Kind of, sort of, not really, but
it's terrifying.
I will say this: if the Jacksonville Jaguars get anywhere close to the Super Bowl next year, I probably just won't bet on them, because that's how that would be like witnessing history, and I don't want to influence it whatsoever on my side. That's just me being me. I've never seen the Jaguars, ever get to the Super Bowl, so I want it to happen.
That would be awesome. One thing I wanted to mention, I feel like a lot of our community that has the Fliff optimizer, they love the player props that pop up on Fliff. And a lot of people. Sorry, I'm not sure. Did you click off Fliff?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, go back and then just sort it by the odds percent to hit for me real quick while I talk about this. Now, these plays, this Edward Cabrera, which we actually got at a way better line earlier. I guess maybe not way better, but -140, which is still insane compared to where the market is at with Pinnacle -191 for Edward Cabrera to go under 5.5 Ks, and we got it at -140 earlier. If you were paying attention to the optimizer, it's a 60% chance to hit. I mean, that value itself speaks for itself, right? But what I like to do when I have the optimizer and I see these plays like this, all right, so we see Gavin Stone. It's only a 0.21 plus EV percentage, right? It's just something to keep an eye on whenever Fliff is, mispriced even by a little bit, because these other sports books will adjust very fast to the news. And if they adjust really fast, and then you see Pinnacle, jump up to -150, but and then you see these other sports books follow. Then and this stays at -110. This plus EV percentage is going to shoot up, and we're going to have a really, really good play on our hands. So I like to just keep an eye out, and I'll sort it by that just to see what's coming up. That way I can keep refreshing and look for those plays.
Yeah, I always talk about book support too, right? So, like, if we take a play, Cabrera, you're just talking about -150 here. The market, however, has a lot of book support around this -188 implied odds, the market average. So, I would be more comfortable with taking a play that, even though it's 1% plus EV, at least at the time I refreshed here, I'd be more comfortable taking this play despite it only being a 1%er because of all this market support. Like, the chances that these books adjust downward to -150 are extremely unlikely. The more likely thing is that the 150 line adjusts closer to the market, right? Like, that's how the market works. You take a bunch of market derived things like the car market, like the most mispriced car out of 5 dealerships is going to adjust closer to the market. That's how it works. At least in terms of chances, right? Like, obviously these things could adjust downward. Flip was the sharper book all along, but more likely it is not. So that is something else to note.
Most likely, probably not.
Right.
I would have to say. Somebody did ask for Underdog. If you want to pull up Underdog, see what we got cooking over there. I have not looked at that in a little while myself.
I haven't either. I know that there's a lot of fantasy scores, and I've seen that. Look at that. There's 2 of them. Right at the top here, and another casual bet here that people are going to hate. Mike Trout, under 9.5. The obviously the best hitter in all of baseball, at least historically speaking. Under 9.5, -129 juice. If we head over to the Raw Fantasy Score tab, which I'm going to do here, we have a tab to show the Raw Fantasy Score projections for DraftKings. He is projected at 7.9. And on Underdog, he is priced at 9.5. I don't know what it is about these Angels players, Dustin. They're always priced pretty high. They're like, historically speaking, Ohtani, like always up there. Mike Trout, always up there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. I guess because people like hitting the overs on those guys.
Yeah, probably so, driving the lines.
Marcus Semien, hitting the under here at 9.5 as well. So pretty good price tags there. And then there's a 3-legger right there. I mean, you can just put in this soccer play plus money, hit at 2 or at 1.5 on Barstool, but you can get him at 2 on Underdog. So you're getting that 0.5 discrepancy. One shot can mean everything in soccer. So getting that 0.5 discrepancy on Underdog, hitting a full underslip, boom. Very good Underdog slip.
Especially when Harvey Barnes needs 3 to beat you. I mean, at the end of the day, that push, is going to
mean a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely better than having it at 1.5 for sure.
Yeah, shots are hard to come by in soccer, even more so than like an NHL. So one shot makes all the difference.
The other day for my taco slip, I did have a guy over 1.5 shots on goal. And it was the craziest sweat. I was sweating it out, and in the 87th minute, he bicycle kicks a shot on goal, and I was so thrilled. That was amazing. Gotta love a soccer sweat.
Sorry, I was drinking, but yeah, I would take the top 3 plays here. Again, if you haven't signed up for Underdog Fantasy, be sure to use code DGF for 100% match. You can do that for any one of these sites. Yeah, DGF for everything. 100% match up to $100. Helps us out, helps the stream out, helps you guys out. You get that deposit match. Switching over, I want to switch over to Hot Streak because Hot Streak has been a hot commodity. We are looking at the daily promos of... You want to explain it, Dustin, because you have been a Hot Streak user for quite some time. What are they doing every hour?
Yeah, so every single hour you can use $10 worth on one of these plus EV plays that they'll give you. So sometimes they will discount a line. Like if you're looking, I believe Gabe Vincent is up there right now. They took his line from 11.5 and brought it down to 10.5. So they'll give you a plus EV play kind of in that way, or they will boost a payout on some of these plays. B. Williamson right there. I'm pretty sure we all get the same ones. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep. You all get the same ones.
They were doing something prior that everybody would get different ones, I guess, just randomized to your account. But yeah, so B. Williamson, his payout to go over 4.5Ks has been boosted, making that a plus EV play. And they have it at 12.6% positive expected value there. But yeah, you can spend $10 every single hour on at least one of these plays. Now, as far as the value that they've been having outside of these, have you noticed? I feel like I've seen a little bit less.
Yeah, it has been a little bit less, but the main takeaway, I guess, from all this, Dustin, is that these apps, and we've talked about this many, many times, are trying to reinvent the wheel, and they're doing so by offering these promos. Hotstreak is now doing it every freaking hour, which means you can wake up in the middle of the night and find like elite value. Yes, it's only a $10 max, but those $10 maxes add up, right? And depending on your play, depending on the payout, because Hotstreak, they match their odds the same way to the books. They don't have one fixed payout. They're not like the fixed payout platforms like Prizepicks, like Underdog. Like you could potentially get 4x, 5x out of 2-man plays depending on the type of plays that you're playing. So Hotstreak, very good, a very good app if you're able to bet on it. Fantastic promo right now, and I can only think that some of these DFS apps are going to do this, like every hour, similar to what Hotstreak's doing.
Look at Parlay Play. Parlay Play is every single day slide the line. I mean, so it's like we're used to getting a couple weekly promos out of these, and now we're getting daily promos and hourly promos. And like Matt always says, I mean, all these other platforms are going to have to adjust if they want to keep their users happy and get something kind of daily, kind of like this. So hopefully we see Prizepicks do something like this. I would love to see that. Obviously, that's the main platform most of you guys use, although you should be using all of these that you can.
Yes.
Now, question. So if we check the optimizer, and obviously it pulls some of these plus EV plays up over there on the optimizer as well. If there's nothing on the optimizer to match this to at that current time, what are we doing as far as that goes? Should we be trying to find something the closest to plus EV in pair with it, or what are we doing?
I do not look at the market and make plays if they are not plus EV, period. And that is me. So I again, like a lot of people ask me, how many slips do I enter per day? How many flip bets do I enter per day? How many different opportunities do I bet per day? If there's only one NBA going on, one NBA game going on, obviously today, there's not going to be as much value as there could potentially be during the NBA season, right? There's not as many plus EV plays that you can see. Do not force things. Take advantage of the value when you can, and as many times as you can. If you can enter 10 slips that are plus EV, do it. If you can enter 20, do it. If you can enter 100, do it. Because at the end of the day, we're taking advantage of the value that's given to you at that exact time. Not because we're a degen, because that's how the math works. And vice versa. If there's only one slip that you can play on that specific day, like right now, I only have 3 slips in for Prizepicks today, and they're all CSGO slips because that was the value that was presented to me at that specific time. Same thing for flip bets, live bets. Sometimes I won't even bet, because there's literally no plus EV plays. I don't know if they do it on purpose or whatever. But then there's other times where I'll bet 10 times throughout the game because the value is there. And it could be the exact same team, could be a similar outcome, could be one, could be completely contradicting bets like it was yesterday. Regardless, mathematically speaking, as long as I make those types of mathematically profitable bets in the long run, I'm going to be profitable. So, it sounds cliche, but don't force your bets. But don't force it because you have a bad feeling about it. Don't force it because the value is not there. Market knows all.
Yeah. And I mean, just as we were talking, Contavious Caldwell-Pope isn't one of these plus EV fire sales. But did pop up on the optimizer. It's only a 0.55 plus EV percentage. But if you paired that with Gabe Vincent, you're getting a 4x, I think it was 4.5x.
Crazy.
On a 2-man slip. That's pretty ridiculous as far as what these other apps with set payouts gives you.
Right. Yeah. So we're looking at a 46.2% chance for Caldwell-Pope to hit under 1.53s.
Slightly off compared to the market. It's not super big or anything like that. But just in general, just to show you what it would look like if you had took it with a plus EV play that was on the optimizer.
Yeah, but there's no other app that's offering it more than plus 110, plus 115 here in Barstool. It looks like obviously Hotstreak has that beat by a margin here. So anyway, we have about 5 minutes left in the live stream. I haven't even looked at the live stream chat. Dustin, do you want to go through the apps and look for elite value while I tackle some of these questions, and then we can kind of answer them together?
Go for it.
Let's do it.
I will cycle through.
All right. Are you going to add second half NBA plays to the optimizer? Good question. As long as there's odds, we will put them on the optimizer. Second half bets are kind of hard to come by when you compare it directly to sportsbooks. However, multiple DFS apps have those types of bets, so they will be coming to the optimizer soon. Can you explain how to find value? Like, what is good value on Hot Streak? Can you take plays in yellow, but the odds are say 50% on Murray? Like, do you take that? So you got to keep in consideration that these apps are built differently. We have fixed payout DFS apps like Prizepicks and Underdog, but we also have apps that are treating their bets just like a sports book, right? So on Hot Streak, the payouts are always changing on those specific players, whereas on Prizepicks, the only thing that's changing are the actual projections, not the lines. The lines are built into the payouts. On Hot Streak, obviously, like anything more than 1% plus EV is technically plus EV. So you can technically bet all three of these together. You can bet two of them together. They'd be technically plus EV. I personally don't like to start out any Hot Streak bet that's not more than 1%, but I'm assuming that because it's 1 o'clock in the middle of the day, there's not really too much Hot Streak value. I also know that they come out with a promo here in another 4 minutes, so they'll refresh all their plus EV plays, so you can refresh the optimizer come the time of 1 o'clock. So at what plus EV percentage do you like to take a bet on Hot Streak? Fliff, 3%, 4%. I like to target 2% for Fliff. For Hot Streak, again, 1 to 2% plus. I like to give myself wiggle room because the market, could always adjust, and I'm also super conservative. And there's more than enough bets to make on Fliff or Hot Streak to secure that value when they become available.
Ideally, I'm also the same with 2% especially on Fliff. But there are times where I see 1% and I see the market moving in that direction, and I see like if I refresh and I see that one of these sports books have moved it up, and it'll only move it from 1.3% or something like that. It moved it up to 1.5. Like I'm seeing that the trend is the fact that the rest of these books, or I guess if multiple books are moving it up, I'm seeing that the trends that's moving up. But here we go, Fliff staying still at minus 110 or whatever it is. I will sometimes trust that. Kind of all depends, but I do prefer to look at like 2% plus EV, and I think TJ will tell you, 2% plus EV, and if you're getting the above like 52% odds to hit on something like that, that's really, really good.
Yeah, and then again, more market support, the better. Like more book support here, and I go back to that because there's a lot of Fliff bets that only have 2 books. Yeah, I'm going to hit that, but I'm going to make sure that the plus EV percentage is very high. Whereas, one with multiple book support, like this under Total Runs, Angels, and Red Sox game, like this has a ton of book support. So the chance that this is going to move towards the market is more likely than the market adjusting the Fliff. So just got to use 100%. Basic knowledge here. Matt is staying pretty still. This is when my screen went frozen. Matt was flapping his gums too much. Yeah, they probably banned me. Put a soft ban on me. Pair question mark. I'm reading up here, so a lot of these I'm not having good context with. Fluffy Amers, Sano said, "Yep, yes." Use code STREAM if you guys want to sign up for any optimizer annual subscription. Don't post this on social media because I want you guys to take advantage of this promo that are just in the stream because I want to thank you guys. 25% off code STREAM. We never usually give any promos over 15%, but since again we are heading into the off season, I want you guys to be able to take advantage of this. Use code STREAM for 25% off any annual subscription at DGF. I will tell you this now. We are completely coming out with new tools. We're revamping the website coming soon. So the value that you will get right now is going to be unlike any other value you see in the market. And I throw around the term volume. This will be a plus EV kind of investment if you guys invest now. Fliff, legal in California, I believe so.
I really do. I was just going to say real quick. I really do. You guys don't even understand how much Matt and TJ are working behind the scenes to get these tools, even better for you guys. I mean, it's already great, and it's only going to get better from here on. Definitely invest now. When people ask me, especially people that are trying to become affiliates or something like that, I'm like, it's definitely a good investment if you are trying to grow within the gambling space or gambling Twitter or whatever, it's definitely a good investment to go ahead, get in now, and use these tools to help you. Because even as like how I started out, Matt, you think about it. I know I'm kind of on a tangent that's not really going anywhere, but even kind of how I started out literally just going off of my gut and what I thought was going to happen, and I would post YouTube videos and stuff like that, and then eventually I came across, DGF, and so then I eventually started going into, okay, I would look at these plays and like, okay, yeah, I really like that play, and then I would check the optimizer. Okay, it doesn't really back it, so maybe I don't play that, and then eventually I just started going off the optimizer and saving myself the time of looking at every single Prizepicks play on the board, looking at the last 5, seeing if it's home, seeing if it's away. I stopped wasting my time because the sportsbooks in Vegas already know all that stuff that I was trying to look up and look into. And believe me, when you're waking up at 5 a.m. to do all this and go through the board, it's not easy. Trust the optimizer, and that's what I've been doing, and it's certainly paid off and definitely became profitable. So
it's all about changing the mindset, because I used to be just like you, Dustin. It's just that listen, you're younger than me, so like you definitely have that. You definitely have obviously that excuse. But I would say about 4 or 5 years ago, I was literally, of course, I was playing DraftKings DFS, so I could play with my fundamental analysis a little bit more. But right. I definitely was building lineups just solely based on what I thought. And honestly, I was actually doing pretty good, but I can't even imagine if I had plus EV type projections for doing that. I can't even imagine what my success would be. Coming soon, just FYI.
Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
It would be. All right.
That's just a little bit of my personal story with plus EV betting in general. I mean, it takes a lot to get into this mindset, but once you do it, and
I'm stubborn too. Like, it sucks.
It does, and I'll be honest. Did it take slightly the fun out of like searching for these awesome plays?
Oh, for sure.
Slightly, but whenever you're winning and you're becoming profitable over the long term, it definitely is worth it. And once you get out of that mindset, you'll be so much better off. As long as you guys aren't coming in here, getting the optimizer and giving up after a week. I just stick with it for at least a few months, but it really, I mean, you guys should stick with it. What do you say if somebody's going to buy the optimizer and
minimum a month?
And even then, I don't even think that's enough time due to variance. Obviously, you could have a great month. You could have a slightly not as good month. But like I've done it for many, many months now, and I am certainly profitable. So I will say that.
Yeah, Dustin was not afraid to show me his picket recently, and he's been stepping up his game. Like he's been profitable. So it also depends on the site that you're betting on, right? Like, it's obviously a lot easier to remain profitable in the short term on things like on sports books like Fliff, because you can enter straight bets. So obviously variance isn't going to affect you as much there. But like when you're entering 5 flex slips on Prizepicks and that's all you do, and you're doing it the right way, it's going to take a while. It's gonna take a while to turn that ship around. Of course, you have to have that 1 or 2 good, run in terms of your slips. You have to have a couple good hits here and there. And obviously, like with NHA, we just hit two 30-time slips. Like, that's gonna keep us profitable for a very long time until we hit another. But that's why you have to wait it out at least a month, I would say. People don't understand why I give 3-day free trials. That's more for the people who don't understand how the tool works and they want to visually see it. I give 3-day free trials for people to see it, but like if I had to, I'd give like monthly free trials so that you could totally get it. However, we might go bankrupt if we did that. So I also can't do that. Anyway.
Certainly. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone joining in, watching. Matt's got to go pee. But yeah, that's it for the stream. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you guys did,
and
or
Kevin's
you just came across us.
Going off the rails here, saying I look like a thumb. Here we go.
Oh gosh, you guys! Matt's been crying a lot about that. He's been getting bullied, so lay off him just a little bit. Lay off him a little bit. So, but all right, that's it. Subscribe if you guys just came across the channel and you guys like these streams. We are doing them daily over here on the DGF YouTube, right around 12:30 every single day, taking advantage of all the promos in the DFS industry. Sign up for any of these apps that we've talked about with code DGF. And don't forget, code STREAM, 25% off annual subscriptions. Last time we're going to say it.
Dustin, what's tomorrow? What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Taco Tuesday.
And that's a perfect ending. Guys, talk to you later. I know you can't see my ugly face. Be thankful. See you tomorrow.
See you.